Hi everyone, my name is Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. So today we're going to ask the questions, what outside circumstances are affecting the connection and what epiphanies are they having about you? Also, I do want to say that I am offering 10-minute free readings to any new subscribers. And if you do subscribe, please either comment below or email me at twinflamealchemisttarot@gmail.com. Also, if you've already subscribed and you have not gotten a 10-minute free reading, feel free to comment below and let me know that you have already subscribed. And then we can get that started for you as well. Okay, so let's get started. And basically, it's just one question. So you just email me, give me your one question, let me know that you've subscribed. And that is the way that will work. Also, we're going to be mirroring these questions since we are being prepared for Twin Flame Union through our mirror work and our shadow work. So that's what I'm trying to do with all the readings. So we're going to, and then also I just want to start off by saying my intention for this channel is to help as many people as possible getting to Twin Flame Union, help people become the highest versions of themselves, to help empower as many DFs and DMs as I can, and to be a clear channel for the divine and have fun. And you go ahead and make your own intention as well. Also, if you have a rose quartz with you, it doesn't have to be this big. I am doing something called crystal work where I'm channeling through the crystal. And my guides are telling me that if you have a crystal, my guides will be talking to your guides and giving you more clarity on things that you may not have gotten without the crystal. So, it could be little, doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be the same size. So it's called crystal work. So I have this here that I'm channeling into, my guides are channeling into, and they will somehow speak to you through your guides through that crystal, which is awesome. So I said, sure, why not? Okay, and then also we're going to be using this deck for the DM, but please feel free to switch roles. If you feel more related to the DM versus the DF, then go for it. Also, since we are the DM and the DF energies, feel free to relate to both and get because I'm also going to be asking for guidance. Feel free to take guidance on both sides since we are the DM and the DF. Great. Okay, so let's start. What outside circumstances are affecting the connection with the DMs? 2 cards, please, for the collective. What outside circumstances are affecting the connection when it comes to the DMs at this time? 2 cards, please. 2 cards. What outside circumstances? All right, so we have the Seeker of Cups reversed, and we have the Ace of Swords upright. So what could be happening right now is that for some of the DMs, their clouds are kind of up in, the clouds are kind of up in their heads. Their heads are kind of up in the clouds right now, thinking about you. And so there's really no movement. It's more like a dreaming. It's more like being in the dreamer's world, kind of fantasizing. But at the same time, they're getting clarity right now. They're getting clarity on something. The truth is here for them. Let me get some kind of clarifier here. And why is the Seeker of Cups reversed with the Ace of Swords, please? Why is the Seeker of Cups reversed for the DMs and the Ace of Swords here? Can I have a clarifier, please? Ooh, a new world is born. Beautiful. So they call this Dragonling Garden. A new world is born. So I almost feel like something has opened up for them. Some kind of, and again, and I'm going to ask about the epiphanies and what epiphanies they're having about you. So it could be related to that. But let's grab some guidance with this. Let's grab some guidance. What does this have to do with, please? What does this have to do with? What outside circumstances are affecting the connection right now. These are so little. I gotta break these in, these little cards. I just got them. For the DMs, please. What outside circumstances are affecting the connection, please? Gotta bend these. There we go. That was not easy. Looking closely. Okay, that says observing, nitpicking, creeping, situation, magnifying, things getting rectified, focus. Yeah, so it's almost like they are looking closely at what has happened in the past. They are looking closely and they're trying to figure out exactly what went wrong. They are being more focused on their own growth. Okay, depending on the version of DM. So when I say that, when I laugh and I say that, it just means, just depending on where you're at on the vibrational scale, chances are, if you're pretty awakened up here as the viewer, whether you relate to the DM or the DF, if you're up here on maybe the love vibration or joy vibration, chances are you're pretty awakened, and your divine masculine counterpart in the physical is also pretty awakened. But if you find yourself more, and it's okay if you are, because it is a process, and sometimes we learn the most when we're down on this Hawkins scale, is that if you're in the desire, where you're feel like, oh, I need this person to be in my life, you may not have someone as awakened, like this version. They can only mirror back where you're at. So that's why I say this version. There's a version of both of you on every, scale, on every, I don't know if you want to call it points, but like it's a big jump, right? Even if you're in joy right now, it's a big jump to peace, right? So that's an extra 60 points. Now, don't ask me what that means, but at the same time, it's a lot of work, and a lot of it is the shadow work and the mirror work, and it's making you deprogram. Okay, so it's almost like for some of you with the DM, what's happening, what outside circumstances are affecting the connection right now, is that some of these DMs are looking closely now. I'm getting at this twin flame journey, and they are starting to awaken. But that's what I'm getting. But let me get more information. Let me get another card here. Can I have one more card, please? What outside circumstances are affecting the divine masculine at this time? Yeah. That's exactly right. It's the hermit. That's exactly what's happening right now. They are going within. They are starting to shine their lights. They are withdrawing from the world, and they are going through some epiphanies right now. The hermit card. So this is beautiful. That's awesome. Okay, and you may be the one relating to the DM side, or both. But let's look at the divine feminine. Let's look at the divine feminine side. What outside circumstances are affecting the connection on the DF side? 2 cards, please. For the collective, 2 cards, please. Such a big deck. I'm sorry, I'm going to do it one more time because it's such a big deck. I just want this to get super duper shuffled. Okay. I mean, my hands are too small for this deck. Okay, so let's see. What outside factors are affecting? What do we got here? Okay, so we have 4 of Cups reversed and the 1 of Cups reversed. Okay. All right. So this is pretty good in a way that one of them is reversed. So they call the 1 of Cups fondness, but it's reversed. And the 4 of Cups, they call, if I'm saying that right, ennui. Don't ask me. That's what they call that, and you could see she's not very happy, right? It's almost like bored, right? Kind of like lifeless, and kind of like, who cares? I'm not noticing that butterfly in front of me. Who cares? I got a butterfly in front of me or a butterfly in my hair. Who cares? But that's reversed, right? So you're coming out of that. So it's almost like you are starting to notice the butterflies around you. But at the same time, we have fondness, reverse. So what outside circumstances are affecting you is that perhaps you may not be very fond of the circumstances you're in, or maybe you're not feeling very fond of your twin flame right now, or very even fond about what's going on in the world, or fond about what's happening within you. You know, there's something that's, you know, it's when I look at her, it's like she's got this heart in her hand. At first I thought it was an apple, but I'm looking, it's a heart. So she's got this heart in her hand, but it's almost like she's like, you know, I have this heart in my hand, but I'm not very fond of it. So it's almost like you have your twin flame in your hand, and like it's like you want so badly to nurture your twin flame, but at the same time you're like, but I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling all that fond about this twin flame. And so, you know, which is normal. I mean, it's a process. And so for those of you who are feeling that way, you know, it's more of, again, it's a mirror. It's like your twin flame can, they have no choice but to mirror what's inside of you. And sometimes you might be thinking when I say that, but like, I don't know what's inside of me. You're right. It is absolutely sometimes unconscious. And so what you have to do is look for the triggers. Whenever you get triggered by something, then you do the mirror work. Okay, the mirror work is then looking at and saying, well, what is triggering me? What's the problem? And then you look at it within yourself and say, well, what is it within me that so let's just say someone triggers you because they're selfish. So you have to turn on yourself. That's the mirror work, because there's 3 levels of consciousness. The world is happening to me is level 1, where 98% of the world is right there. Okay, level 2 is the world is happening for me. I'm sorry, I should be going higher. And then level 3, which maybe the monks are at, is the world is me. And so when you realize that, and you're doing the mirror work, and you realize everyone is you, or at least the world is happening for you, you say, oh, they're doing something for me. They're helping me to deprogram. That is what is happening. They're helping me to deprogram. This is beautiful. At first, it's going to, you know, piss you off. No, don't get me wrong. But then after a while, you're gonna start being aware. The first step is awareness and saying, okay, I'm triggered. That this is something inside of me that I got to check on, and it's obviously unconscious. And it's obviously, maybe it's a shadow side that you cast aside, and you got to learn to love that part of yourself. It could also be something that where you're programmed. And so let's just say, you know, you think this person is selfish. And so you look at those aspects of yourself that are selfish and love those aspects of yourself and say, it's okay to be selfish, and I love that part of me. Or it could be something where, you know, I am programmed to think this way about being selfish or being self-centered. But you know what? Why is that a bad thing? Like being centered, right, in myself is beautiful rather than being selfless. It's like now I'm not being centered in myself, I'm being selfless. I'm giving my energy away and I'm not giving to myself. I'm not nurturing myself. So do you see the play on words here? And so it's like that sort of thing. And it's like understand where the programming is. So that's what I'm getting but let's get a clarifier for the Divine Feminine. Okay, let's get one more shuffle here. Why is this here? Why is the 4 of Cups reversed with the 1 of Cups reversed? Why? Very sticky. There we go. Yeah. So this came out reversed. Kitsune. Okay. And so what this says is, I will show you whom to trust. So you're not trusting the process for some of you. And again, if you relate more to the divine masculine side, then please do, or relate to both. Maybe say, you know what, I am the masculine and the feminine. I totally relate to the fact that I'm the hermit. I'm going within. I'm gaining clarity. At the same time, my head is up in the sky, in the clouds, fantasizing, right? But yes, I'm looking closely, and a new world is being born, right? So maybe that's a part of you. Obviously, it is, because everyone is you. And so, and then on this side of you, it's kind of a dichotomy. It's like, well, at the same time, I have this heart in my hand, but I'm not very fond of it right now. But I'm coming out of this boredom. I'm coming out of this where I'm like, I just don't care anymore. I'm going to leave it alone. I don't even notice beautiful butterflies all around me. And then this is saying, trust. So this came out reverse. So a part of you isn't really trusting that this is going to happen or trusting the process. And that's also normal. And then it'll be a huge breakthrough when you do, because when you do start really trusting the process and at least knowing that something awesome is going to happen, like you will be, you just have to just picture your divine counterpart as you, right? So every time you don't trust the process, just know they don't trust the process. Every time you trust the process, they trust. They are an exact mirror for you. However you're feeling, if you're bored with the situation, they're bored. If you're in love with them, they're in love. I know that sounds weird, but it's an exact mirror. That's what's happening. It's just like you in another body, and they're just mirroring you. And if you're awakening, they're awakening. If you're, dissolving, they're dissolving. It's just a mirror. And obviously, it has to do with the vibration, right? So if you're up and down, so if you're up here, you're vibrating up here, then you are attracting a version of your divine counterpart up here. If you're dissolving down here, which is fine because a lot of learning happens down here, this is actually not a bad place to be. It's just a lot of learning and more growth. And a lot of times, a lot of like letting go of, what doesn't serve you and deprogramming yourself, but sometimes they call it the dark night of the soul while you're releasing your old belief systems. But still, if you were to get into contact with your counterpart, you're attracting a version of yourself at that vibration. Okay, so let's ask the next question. Okay, so what epiphanies are they having about you? What epiphanies? What epiphanies are they having? For the Divine Masculine, please, what epiphanies are they having about their DF? What epiphanies are, so I just want to make that clear. What epiphanies are they having about their DF? About their DF. What kind of epiphanies are they having about their DF? The Divine Masculine. What epiphanies? Aww, that is so nice. So we have the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Wands upright. This is beautiful. So what the epiphany they're having is that they know that you are worth fighting for. Okay, they want to persevere. Okay, now for some of you, this could be, not gonna lie, what they're telling me is, for some of you, they maybe feel like they need to defend themselves with you. They feel like, oh, I don't know how you're gonna, react to me if I come forward. So some of them are feeling a bit defensive. But a lot of them, they're having this new beginning in like this passion in this journey where they, it's like a lot of things, right? It's not just passion, it's also spirituality. And they are having this new beginning, like almost like this, well, just what it said over here. They said a new world is born, and they're feeling very passionate about it. They're feeling very passionate about you. The epiphany that they're having is that they are feeling, God, they have clarity and passion. Okay, this newborn passion for you and this clarity. Okay, they're cutting through the truth here, and a lot of them want to persevere. Okay, so see what they're up against. There's so many wands that are attacking, and they're just like, you know what, I'm going to fight for you. So this is what I'm getting for some of you. They are definitely wanting to fight for you. They have this newborn passion. For some of you, they still have this passion for you, but at the same time, they're feeling a bit, I don't know, they're a little unsure, and they're feeling a bit defensive. But let's get a clarifier. Why is the Nine of Wands here with the Ace of Wands for the Divine Masculine? This could be you as well. Why is the Nine of Wands here with the Ace of Wands for the DM? The fairy bee, my life is sweet. Interesting. Now that came out reversed, to be honest. Okay, so that came out reversed, and so she doesn't look very happy. But anyway, this came out reversed, and so it's like their life has not been the easiest. And so they are like, maybe this is why it's not like the sun card, right? They're all like, it's like life hasn't been very sweet for whatever reason, whatever outside circumstances that are happening. Maybe some of them are having issues with, could be, economical, it could be, health reasons, whatever, lots of stuff going on in the world right now. And so they are kind of up against a lot, for some of the DMs, they're up against a lot. And so they are fighting for this, though. They are getting through this, storm, is what I'm getting. Okay, so let's look at the Divine Feminine. Let's look at the Divine Feminine, please. What epiphanies, I'm sorry, this deck is so big I gotta do it on the rug. What epiphanies are they having about their DM? What epiphanies, please? What epiphanies are they having about their DM? 2 cards, please. What epiphanies? Oh, interesting. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so we have the 2 of Cups upright and the Knight of Swords. So some of you are really having an epiphany here that, 2 of Cups, they call this relationship, right? So the epiphany that you're having is that, and I don't know why, she doesn't look very happy. But anyway, still, you're having this epiphany about this relationship, okay? We also have 2 of Swords when it comes to idealism. So the Knight of Swords to me is about a message of truth, okay? And it's almost like, so your ideals are changing here. There's also, this is like, looks like a Gemini card, right? I got the twins or twin flames here. So it's almost like you got, the 2 of Cups, which is the relationship, and then we got the twins here, which to me is the twin flames. And it's like idealism. It's like you had these ideals of, what, a relationship should look like, right? Which is basically that old-fashioned codependent relationship. And now you're coming to a realization that it is something very different, that this relationship is not your, typical old-fashioned relationship where you're depending on each other, you're looking to each other for happiness. Your ideals have changed, your programming has changed. You realize that they are a mirror to you and that there's unconscious stuff inside of us that is being mirrored back. So it's almost like, this is what I'm getting. It's so funny. But see how she's looking at the bird, right, in this relationship. And it's almost like, and this is, I have to admit, this is how I felt in my relationship with my twin flame. It's like you're looking at them, but they're mirroring back something to you that you're just not sure of. And you're just like, and you have this feeling of, what is this and why am I getting this and why are you mirroring this back to me, and it feels awful and you just don't understand, like you, like when you're in it, like you, until you get out of it, like you just don't even understand what's happening. It's just like there's some kind of the only way I could describe it is a numbing. It's like you go numb and you just don't even know what's happening. And it's like she's looking at this bird by saying, what are you trying to tell me? Like, here we are in this loving relationship and you're mirroring this back to me. And she's looking at the bird like, I don't get it. There's something inside of me that I'm just not unconscious. I'm just not conscious of yet. I don't even understand what this is about. And I'm trying to see if I don't think she's a bird. I'm trying to see if there's something on her head. I don't think she is. So it's just like she's looking at this. And I don't know what the bird has some kind of hand up, kind of like, I'm trying to figure it out, this picture, maybe you can. Just like, that's what I'm getting. It's like there's something being mirrored back to her in this relationship, and she has this awareness now that I'm in love with this person, but now I see this person as this, and I know it has something to do with me, and there's something, so let's just say she does not find this person attractive anymore for whatever reason, right? Maybe there's something inside of her that she doesn't find attractive. Like there's something that inside of her that she feels there's something that needs to be deprogrammed. This is the best way. It's hard for me to explain. Okay, but let me get a clarifier. What epiphany is the divine feminine having about the divine masculine at this time? So I think that's the epiphany. You realize that your divine masculine is a total mirror. And sometimes you look at your divine masculine and you don't like what you see. You absolutely do not like what you see, but at the same time you're realizing, oh, that's something in me that I need to heal or accept or work on. Yeah, exactly. The beauty and the beast. Exactly. What were we just saying? It says you need some space in a relationship because it's exactly what's happening. Same exact thing. Look at her face. She's looking at her twin flame saying, I'm looking at you, but there's something I'm looking at that I'm not quite ready to accept. It has nothing to do with the divine masculine, right? It has nothing to do with them. They're not doing anything. They're still them, but they're mirroring something. Like they don't even know they're mirroring something out of you. And you're all like, oh my God, what is this? You're like, what is this that you're, because I don't like what I see. I don't like what I see with you. But then you realize, oh, but it's within me. I don't like something within me. So that's what's happening. So that's, okay. So let's get some guidance on that. Let's try this deck. Let's get some guidance. Guidance for the DF, please. And then we'll do guidance for the DM. Let's get some guidance for the DF, please. Okay. It says back together, reunited, good chance of getting back together, or back together, things flowing well again. Okay. Well, this did come out reversed. So for some of you, this is what you're focused on, right? You're focused on not being reunited. Maybe you're not thinking there's a good chance that you're going to get back together, and you don't think things are flowing well. Okay, but let's get guidance on this. So that could be something that's good. That came out reversed. So what guidance do you have for us on this particular? Interesting. Obviously, a lot of people are feeling this way. They're like, when are we getting back together, right? Okay, so let's get guidance on that, please. Should probably be using these cards, but that's okay. So, okay, so this came out reversed. Okay, and it says rocking it. So this says being yourself, confident, loud and proud, hitting the right note, harmonious concert, showing up. Okay, so this came out reversed. So perhaps maybe some of you don't feel like you're rocking it. Maybe you're not being yourself, your authentic self. Again, to be your authentic self, it means what's inside of me that needs to be deprogrammed. What shadow sides am I not owning? What about me that, like, what did I cast aside? What is it about me that I don't love about anymore and I've cast it away? Because that's what's blocking the union, okay? So let's also get one of these cards. Can I have some guidance for the DF, please? And then I'll do the DM. Because you might actually be relating more to the DM side. Okay, but for the DF side, can I please have some guidance, please? Allowing, it says relax, enjoy yourself, have faith, allow situations to unfold, answer come, highest outcome. Yes, just ask for the highest outcome and just sit pretty. Yeah, just like go ahead and sit underneath your umbrella, get a little sun, relax, have a little lemonade or something, and enjoy yourself. Definitely. Okay. So that's the guidance for that. Now let's get some guidance for the divine masculine, please. Can I have some guidance for the divine masculine side? One card. On the Epiphany. Guidance for the DM. Yeah, so it says perspective, gaining clarity, seeing the other side, consideration, impressions versus fact, taking responsibility for your life. Okay, so that is the guidance for the DM, is taking responsibility for their own life and seeing the other side. And just knowing that you have an impression, right? Everyone has a filter, everyone has belief systems, everyone's programmed, and they're all about, well, when I see it, I believe it. And in the 5D, fifth dimension, the new the new way of looking at it is, I believe it, therefore I believe it, therefore I see it. Okay, I believe it, so I see it. I believe it. So that is the new perspective of the 5D. Also, let me go ahead and get another card for the DM side. What else? What other epiphanies are they having? What other epiphanies are the DM having at this time, whether it be about themselves or about the DF? What epiphanies are they having? So this came out reversed. Okay. And it says talking again. It says texting, reconnecting with someone, opening up a dialogue, second chance, back in each other's world. Yeah. And so, obviously they're not happy that there is no conversation at this time. For some of you, maybe there is talking. Maybe for some of you, there is some kind of open dialogue. It's just starting to happen. But this did come out reversed. And so I feel like that is, something that they miss. But let's get another epiphany from the DM. Let's get another. What epiphany does the DM have about themselves or the DM? What epiphany are they having, please? About themselves or the DM? Girl with popcorn, it says, going out, excess, escapism, little regard for consequence, creating a mess, not paying attention. So this is what I'm getting. Okay. So the DMs are having an epiphany about themselves. The epiphany is what they realize is they like to distract themselves. They realize that they are practicing escapism instead of working on themselves, and instead of, working on their shadow work or doing their mirror work. The divine masculines are instead going out. Okay. They are not paying attention to their own healing, and they are escaping the world. Now, for some of the DMs, depending on the version that you're with, some of them are going within, okay? But their epiphany really is that this is what they were doing. So the healthy divine masculines out there, the ones who are truly awakening, are realizing them going out has been nothing but a distraction and nothing but escapism. Yes, big time. Okay. And then you might relate to this, right? So like I said, you may relate to the DM. But let's just see any other epiphanies that you may be having about yourself. It seems like you are having, this is what you're having, an epiphany about yourself. But let's see, any more epiphanies that the divine feminine is having about themselves? Any epiphanies that the divine feminine is having about themselves? What's the epiphany, please? Ooh, secrecy. Okay, this says it could be an affair, could be hiding something, could be using discretion, collaborate, protecting, denying. Ooh, risk. Okay, so I think an epiphany that you're having about yourself is that there are things you're keeping from yourself. There are unconscious things, like I keep telling my own story where the mask has fallen, right? Until I did start doing the emotion code, I had no idea about my past and why men were always so mad at me because I wasn't emotionally connecting to anyone, especially myself. And so this is why I could never understand why I didn't have good relationships. I just couldn't. I'm like, I would tell people, don't ask me how to have a good relationship because I can't tell you because I just don't last with people. I didn't know why. And so it's almost like this secrecy is something that you're keeping from yourself. You're hiding something from yourself, and you need to figure out what it is please check for triggers or check what people are telling you. People are trying to tell you something. I can't tell you how many people kept asking me, well, are you emotionally connected? I didn't even know what that meant. I look at them and be like, yeah, of course I'm emotionally connected. Not knowing what the heck that was. I'm like, sounds good, I guess. And so the secrecy is something where you need to like maybe it's like a type of protection, like you're protecting yourself. Maybe you're protecting your heart. And maybe you know why. Maybe it's conscious why you're protecting your heart, or maybe it's unconscious. But you have to open up your heart. And maybe you're denying yourself. Maybe there's something you're denying. Maybe you're denying yourself happiness or denying yourself to live based on your programming or based on thinking that you need to have a certain thing to start being happy. So they call this card secrecy. Okay? And so it's coming to light. Allow your shadow side to come. We all have a dark side, and even though society says it's bad, it's really not. It's just a part of us that we need to own. And so a lot of it that you're having an epiphany about yourself is that there's a lot of darkness within you that needs to come to light and for you to love and accept and be whole. Otherwise, you're fragmented. And that's for some of you. And again, you may not resonate because it is a collective reading, but that is what I'm getting. Okay, so let's get some extra info here about what's going on with the DMs and DFs. Please, I'll just grab 3. What is going on, please? All right, we'll take, oh, we got 4. That's fine. We'll take 4, please. Yep. All right, inner work is the first one. Yep, inner work. Okay, so this is definitely the mirror and the shadow work. Okay, we are being prepared for twin flame union through the mirror work and the shadow work. And what is not in alignment with your twin flame union is now being purged. It has to be. You cannot get into union. You can, but it will not stick. Like it may last a couple of weeks, or maybe a month. It just doesn't last very long. So inner work is very important for the twin flame union. All right, so the next card we got, next piece of paper we got is vibrational match. So even if you are a vibrational match, like, let's say you both are not doing so well. What they mean by vibrational match is you may have a soul contract to not be together until you're both under peace. I'm just using that as an example because I know that happens to be true for me and my twin flame. We made a soul contract to not get into twin flame union until we were on the peace vibration. Did we get together down here? Oh yeah, we did. We needed to learn. There was some learning going on. But peace vibration, that's when we're not questioning anything. That's when we have faith. It means we trust. There's not a day that goes by where we think this is not going to happen. We trust every single day that this is going to happen, that we are together, that we're already together, that we're just vibrationally and energetically together at the same time. Physically, it's going to happen. Okay? It's like you're not questioning it and you are living your life, loving your life. But I can't speak for every twin flame. I don't know what your contract is. Maybe your contract is a different vibration, but it just has to be a vibration. Maybe your contract is to be a joy, maybe love, maybe enlightenment. Whoa, that would be a pretty tough contract. But it just depends on you. It just depends on each twin flame. So that's what I mean by vibrational match. We also have promise. It's like on a soul contract level, both of you have made this promise to each other to mirror out of you all this old programming. You came to this earth knowing that we were going to be in a matrix, knowing that we had all this programming from lifetimes and lifetimes ago, including this lifetime, that we would help purge out of each other, like rip it out of each other, and that we would be free of the matrix and then be together. It's like we made that promise. And then, of course, comes engagement. Then the engagement comes. And this was also about the promise, right? We promised that we would also get engaged and be married once the work was done. Okay, beautiful. So now let's do our little fun board here. We haven't done that in a while. Let's do the board. And then we'll do some messages from the DM to the DF, or for the viewer, I should always say. It could be from the DF to the DM. It just depends on who's watching. So let's do, I figured we would do a couple of things here. I figured we would do romance, or whatever comes to mind. We'll do romance right now. Let's do romance for the DM and the DF, please. What are we going to get for the romance for the collective, please? Okay, we got 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, we got sexuality going on here. Interesting. Sexuality. Yes, just know your twin flame is sexually attracted to you, and that is why we got the head up in the sky cloud. They are fantasizing about you. Whether you're the DM or the DF, just know your twin flame is fantasizing about you. Okay, let's also do a what's best for your spiritual path. Let's ask Archangel Uriel, what is best for your spiritual path at this time for the collective? All right, so we have this is a clear dice. All right, this is 9. Sorry, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Source, yeah, source. So when we go to the source, right? So source can mean a lot of things. So source could be being one with source energy, feeling like you are getting the light from source energy, which can be considered the what do you call that? The grid. Getting the source energy from the grid and pouring into your crown chakra. It's that oneness. It's that feeling of oneness with source and all that is. Or it could be getting to the source of something, like what is the source of my blockage with my twin flame. Getting to the source is what is that darkness that I'm running away from, even if it's unconscious. And so I need to figure that out. I pay attention to what my triggers are, and there's where you'll find the answers. I also recommend emotion code. Okay, so what's another one we'll do? Life purpose. Let's do life purpose. And then last we'll do health. Life purpose, please, for the collective. All right, so we have 5. Okay. All right, Archangel Michael. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Writer, journalist. Okay, so for some of you, a life purpose is writer. You should be writing a book or writing a blog or whatever writer means to you. For someone else, it's 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So technical, for some of you, it could be technical. So maybe doing, I don't know, like YouTube's technical, right? Computers, anything to do with computers or filming or whatever is technical. Let's do one more for life purpose for the collective, please. We got 6. Oh no, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Children. So something something maybe you're a parent or maybe working with children in some way. Could be a psychologist, anything, maybe teacher, whatever it has to do with children. Beautiful. All right, now let's do one more. Let's do health. Let's do health. For the collective, Archangel Raphael, it's 8. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Improvements. So that is the way to health, right? So improvement in our health, of course, could be anything. But what I'm getting is what we're doing is the shadow work, because you will not see shadow work listed here. So you can put that under improvements, shadow work, mirror work, improvements in what also you won't see here is deprogramming. But that is very good for your health. Now go ahead and ask a question and I will do the when will it happen. Now please know I'm going to do when will it happen simply because it just shows you where you are in your timeline. Okay, that's all. And then if you don't like the answer, you have the power to shift your timeline. You will know where you're at vibrationally just by this answer. So go ahead and do 1, 2, or 3. Just pick a number, 1, 2, or 3. Okay. And then I'm going to do it 3 times, and that'll be your answer. And then you'll know where you are vibrationally. And then it'll also figure out what it is you want to know when it'll happen. Okay, so we have 8 for number 1. 8. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew, within 5 years' time. So what that tells me is for somebody or some people who pick number one, just know your vibration might be pretty low. So you know, it just depends on like what it is you want to attract. And or it could be the opposite. Maybe, you know, it could be the opposite depending on what your question was. And so all you have to do is lift your vibration and that answer will change. That answer will definitely change. Okay, you have the power. Just remember that no psychic or reader can ever tell you time. There is no such thing as time. All they could do is read a timeline that you're on, and that could be shifted very easily based on your own vibration. For those of you who picked two, we have 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Autumn. It will happen in the autumn. Perfect. Okay. And then for those of you who picked number 3, collective. All right. This time, did I already have 8? All right. We have 2 4s. We have an 8 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. So, and those of you who picked 3, it's the same thing. We got the within 5 years time, but that's okay because that is again changeable like that. You could change that tomorrow just by cleaning out your shadows, doing the mirror work, and lifting your vibration. Okay, it's a, you know, and again, if you're interested in a personal reading, you can email me and I can help you with that. I can help you shift your vibration. All right, and then we'll just do like a yes or no. So just pick one question, and we'll get a yes, no, maybe, whatever. Actually, we'll do 2. Pick one or number. Pick number 1 or number 2. Number 1 or number 2. So for number 1, we got 12. Okay, so the answer is yes. For any of you who picked number 1, it's a yes. Let's see, whoever picks number 2, it's a, what is this? 7. 7. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's a no. So again, that can be changed. Well, depending on what you, so maybe that's a good answer, right? Depending on what your question was. Maybe you asked if, you know, something bad was going to happen. The answer is no. But anyway, again, if you wanted to know if something good was going to happen and the answer is no, just know that can be changed. It's just a timeline. It's just to show you what timeline you're on. And your timeline can be shifted because you have the power. You just remember, the world isn't happening to you. It's happening for you, or you are the world. Okay, you have to shift consciousness with that. But again, no could be a very good answer. So now let's get some DM messages. Okay. Actually, I like to start with this one because this also can show you if you're balanced in your DM and the DF. Okay, so let's get a message from your counterpart. I won't say DM to DF because some of you are the DM. Okay, and so this is a message from your counterpart. This is the message they want you to know, and this will help you to understand for the collective, but only take what resonates and leave the rest. It says, I'm trying to heal myself to come back to you, but I'm 1 step forward, 2 steps back. But please know how much I miss you. Okay, so what this means is that if inside of you, you are doing your whole, oh, you know, I know this is going to be, and this is going to work, and, you know, I'm so excited about being together again. And then the next day you're like, you know, it's never going to work. It's never going to happen. Well, that's what this is about. So they're 1 step forward, 2 steps back, because they're 1 step forwards because they're mirroring back to you your enthusiasm to getting back together. Then they're 2 steps back because then they're mirroring back to you your, oh no, it's never going to work. Okay, because they are a direct mirror. They have no choice but to mirror back to you how you feel. What you want, they want. What you don't want, they don't want. Just plain and simple. If you don't want them, they don't want you. If you want them, they want you. That's just the way it works. Okay? And then it's so funny. I have this on the not the right time. So if you are in that mode of 1 minute thinking it's going to happen, next minute not, then it's not the right time. Okay? But if you are in an everyday mode of, yeah, I feel like, you know, this is, you know, I trust the universe and I'm going to have that or something better. And I'm not going to flail on that. That's my decision. This is because I am the world, and that's my final answer. That's my final decision, you know. Okay, so let's go ahead, and that's just for some of you. You know, it's just this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. But now I'm gonna take two, okay, from your divine counterpart to you, a message from your divine counterpart. Aw, this is beautiful. So we have our connection still affects me. Our connection still affects me, and you are an angel. Aw. So this is your messages. You are an angel, and our connection still affects me. Well, I do hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. To all my new subscribers, please, you know, if you're interested in a 10-minute free reading, and for those of you who already subscribed, you know, go ahead and email me or message below and let me know that you've already subscribed and you would like your 10-minute free reading. I am very thankful for all of my new subscribers and supporting my channel. I love you all, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.